The Crash Course Podcast is brought to you in part by DerbyParts.com.
Overkill Derby products at overkillderby.com.
Boat Lockwood Motorsports and the 2015 Keystone National. Cioppa Racing and CioppaRacing.com. Ultimate Derby and Blizzard Bash 2015. Demo Derby Master. Reckless Abandon Derby apparel at RecklessAbandonGear.com. And Derby Inc. magazine. Live it, breathe it, be it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now your host, Chris Marquardt. Good afternoon, good evening, welcome to episode number 107 as we get ready to go with Blizzard Bash 2015. We'll be flying out real soon on our way down to Topeka to celebrate the biggest indoor demolition derby in America. Voted number one derby last year. I'm sure that it's going to get that same designation again this year. What an adventure it is going to be. We've got Jake Sherman, Ben Haas joining us here in studio, along with Brian Tompkins. What you guys ready for this or what?
Absolutely. With the pictures we were getting over the weekend, it definitely turned the wick up. I'm ready to go.
Oh, definitely for sure.
Now, what pictures were you referencing? Pictures of the cars, I assume, right?
Yeah. Your name was on the thing.
It was not. It was not in. I was not in that. Sorry.
Said you did.
No.
Yeah, Cioppa Racing was sending pictures of their
Good talk, Brian. So anyway,
setup. Then I've seen a couple other ones here and there from some people. So definitely going to be wild. Looking forward to it.
happy birthday wishes out, Peter Anke. We saw him run pretty strong at the Keystone Nationals, and they turned on, and I think he was the winner at the Jefferson County Fair. His birthday was today, and Kevin Seeley, who was the guy that I told you about, got his knee whacked off the dash out there in Dunkirk, and he still turned around and limped his way around the pits on Sunday. He's celebrating a birthday today as well. First order of business, before we get into all of the Blizzard Bash talk, we're going to be talking to a ton of drivers through the course of the night. Brad Tice, selling out, all done with Demolition Derby. We saw him run pretty well at the Keystone Nationals in that blue Riviera. We saw him also at the Kings of Old School. He's all done getting out of Demolition Derby, so he's trying to get rid of. Oh, geez, here we go. Didn't take long. Let's make sure. No, there's no problems with the show. There's not anything showing here as a problem with the show. I don't know what to tell anybody. Of course, remember this happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
That we came in to do the pre-race show from Blizzard Bash, and pretty much nothing in the studio worked. It was awesome. Anyway, Brad Tice is selling out, but he's got one car left, and he's basically begging someone to steal it. He's got a 1975 Buick Riviera that he is going to be raffling off. Tickets are $100 a shot. You can find them right on SmashedEmpireMedia.com. They're in the Crash Course New Year's Eve link, because the winning ticket's going to be drawn on New Year's Eve right here in Waterloo on the 31st, so that's kind of cool. That car is going to be there. If you win the car, and you can take it home, $100 a ticket, and nice. You walk away with a 75 Riviera that is as nice as that one is for $100. You're not doing too bad.
That's not too far to drive home.
No.
That'd be a close one.
Would you be okay driving a Riviera?
I would probably trade it.
You'd trade it?
Trade it, sell it outright.
For a Cadillac?
Cadillac, yeah. I'd like to try a 74 Caddy.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Rivieras, but from what I've seen, they're a very strong car. But you have
off. Tickets are $100 a shot. You can find them right.
You have to have.
Apparently, it works on your phone.
I was checking for you. You have to have the whole. From what I've seen, you have to have a whole package. You know what I mean. It's not just like a light build like I would run around here. It's not. It's not as good for that. But I mean, when you build it like they do to run out west.
Oh no. That would be perfect. That'd be a perfect car to run around here.
But could we make it tough and still pass Kings of Old School?
Yeah,
I think so.
Non-kicker class?
Yep.
Yeah. Never know.
If I confident that my wife isn't watching, I think there's a pretty good chance they're going to see me back in at least one full-size car next year. So.
Really?
Yeah. I got
the itch, huh?
Well, I've had the itch. It never really went away, but now looking at the team show there, I got asked to be on a couple different teams in a full-size, and obviously I'll be there in a compact, so you definitely see me in a full-size next year. What it's going to be, I'm not real sure yet.
Nice. Good for you. That's cool.
It would be nice if it was a 75 Rivy.
Nice.
Yeah,
for $100.
For $100.
Assuming I buy one ticket.
Yeah. Good assumption.
The cool thing with Brad is
good news in December, then I can get into another one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You go back for your checkup here shortly.
Brad's actually doing something quite generous. He's got a threshold he wants to meet. Anything above and beyond that, he's going to split with the crash course.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
Looks like a lot of his stuff. I was scrolling through some of the Facebook pages.
He's got
good stuff, but it looks like a lot of it's sold. I mean,
Yeah, there's a bunch.
It's not going to take long.
Mark Benjamin bought a really nice Impala. I guess both his grop motors have been bought.
Yep.
So
the cradle's still on there.
Yeah.
The ski cradle was still there. Nice rear end still on there.
I was talking to Mark. He goes, "Man, I was thinking about buying that cradle, but where the hell would I run it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, many places around here you could run that." But.
True story.
You can run it here. You run a lot of places here. You just can't run a tranny brace with a.
That's true.
The cradles you can run.
Yeah, that's true.
Any show.
Awesome.
Chris, how's it going?
It's going good. Everything is. We have Sam Williams joining us here. Apparently.
Well, I hope he's not driving and talking. That'd be terrible.
No.
Wrecked a raffle card before you get there.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Sam, how's everything going today?
We're within an hour at Topeka. We're driving this hammer down, as Joker would say. We're digging.
Nice, good.
Still go, and we'll be there. We'll be at the Expocentre here in about an hour to drop all our trailers. We'll be setting up tomorrow morning. So everything's going great.
Awesome. Well,
Nice.
what new has developed or been finalized since last we spoke here 2 weeks ago?
You know, I take back everything I said about liking creativity. All of those comments made.
Oh no.
No, it's good. No, it's going to be fun. The inspection is, it's taken some interesting turns in the last couple of weeks, but nothing the drivers are working with us great. Everything's going great. We're doing well. Everybody's excited. I've touched base with all the teams, most of the teams on the qualifying and the national side, just to make sure everybody's doing okay. And yeah, we lost a couple teams, but it's everybody. We bumped one of the qualifying teams up, and they took the spot, no problem. And so it's going to be a heck of a show. So we're excited. I tell you what, these are going to be some of the biggest, baddest cars we've ever seen. So it'll be fun to watch. And I know Tech's going to be a lot of fun. Not really, but we're going to get through it. So
I'm looking forward to it.
You have a weird interpretation of fun.
Exactly. It's fun because I get to watch all my guys sit there and sweat it out. So no, it'll be good. The interesting thing that we definitely want to make drivers aware of is the time their car hits the hoist, we start a clock. They got 15 minutes to have their car inspected at the time it hits the hoist. So if they want to sit there and argue about everything all day, and we don't get to tech their car, then we're just going to load it up. So what we're going to do is hopefully they'll allow us to tech their whole car, and they can use the remaining time to argue the points they want to argue, and go from there. If you go 64 cars in 15 minutes, that's a lot more than 10 hours. So we're gonna keep everybody to that 15 minutes as tight as we can. If we need more time, that's one thing. But if the drivers are sitting there arguing with us about everything, then they're probably going to run out of time before we can tech their whole car. And at that point, we'll just shut off the clock and hand them back their paperwork. And thanks for the try.
Tell you what,
and load them up. So
that puts a whole different twist on it right there.
Oh yeah,
15 minutes.
We've got a
15
big
minutes.
Clock. It'll be started at the start of every time. We'll do the ground inspection, and if they're giving us fits on the ground side, then obviously we're just going to move them right to the hoist. And from the time they hit the hoist, they got 15 minutes to finish their inspection. Yeah. So we'll get them up in the air, start the clock, and go from there. So if drivers are listening, obviously lots of drivers are listening. They always do, and it's a great show. And so that's the nice thing is pass the word along that that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to explain to every driver when they come in. I'll have a guy that's how we'll start the process. We're going to go through almost stations of inspection, where the first station is going to be drilling and looking for stuff like that, or of just kind of setting up the car to be teched down the line. The driver will be informed of everything that they need to be informed of that's going to happen in that tech line. And so no, it'll be good. There'll be 3 or 4 stations before they ever hit the hoist. So
nice.
Sam, are you going to have 2 lifts this? Are you going to have 2 lifts this year or just one?
We're going to have 2 lifts going. Yep, I got the second one all crated up. We haven't even put it together yet. It'll be put together tomorrow, so it's a brand new hoist in the box still. Cool. So we're going to put it together tomorrow. And then we got B&B Promotions hoist out of Missouri we'll be using. We sold them that hoist to start the promoting company down in Missouri. So Brent Potter and Jeremy Baker will be bringing that hoist over for us to use. So
that's cool. I think 2 hoists will help you a lot too.
Yeah, definitely.
The biggest thing is the same guys will tech in both lines. All it's going to do is I'm going to have 2 guys that are just running the hoist. So they'll get the car on, get it halfway up so we can inspect all the frame rails. I'll have one guy doing a mid-level inspection where they're inspecting everything at the side there. I got some cool new toys that we're going to try there. And then once the car goes on up, then there'll be 2 guys underneath with the scopes, and that's when they'll go to work.
Mm-hmm.
How far are we from getting an X-ray machine for these cars?
I tell you what, you'll like some of the new toys we have. It's pretty much an X-ray machine.
Nice.
It'll give us digital readouts of all kinds of stuff, so it'll be good.
You alluded to drivers listening and giving some thought to this process. The one and done divisions are listening, and they're asking if they also have 15 minutes on the lift, or can they argue more?
No, they get 15 minutes on the lift.
Everybody has 15 minutes on the lift.
Everybody. We just went out at 326 cars, and if everybody takes 15 minutes, that's like 80 hours of inspection. We don't have 80 hours,
No.
and so we've got to keep it as tight as we can and rock through these. Obviously, trucks and Outlaws and stuff like that are a lot easier. But even when we start rolling through these other cars, if a guy's going to sit there and argue and not let us tech his car, then I'm all for a driver arguing their points. I get that. I know that they've all got valid points they've worked all season on trying to get in their heads, and how they manipulated the rules and stuff like that. That's fine. We will hear them out, but let us tech the cars. Once we get done teching the cars, then we're all for it. But
right.
no, as far as the production of the show, man, I've never the amount of work the girls have done on the videos and stuff. They're awesome. We put a little Weston's video out just so everybody can kind of get to know Weston a little bit before we went out there, and that's just kind of gives you a little bit of glimpse of the quality of videos that these girls are putting together. So it'll be flat awesome to see what Melissa and Candace and those guys are doing. It's going to be a heck of a show. They've got her more organized than ever. So I'd never done it in a million years without those two. So
Perfect.
Nice.
Very cool.
Well, that's exciting. We're looking forward to getting out there. We got a whole bunch of drivers that we're already catching up with tonight. We're talking with Brent Clemens here in a few minutes. Luke Johnson, going to touch base with Bobby Brockway, Ken Rosno, Chris Lancaster, Jesse Hoffmeister, Steve Cioppa, and Colton Neuhalfen. We're going to do everything we can to jam through all those drivers real quick about what it's like to a lot of those guys first time that they're building for Blizzard Bash. So going to get a lot of thoughts on that stuff, and it's going to be a fun time.
sounds great, man. I'm going to sit back and enjoy and listen. And you guys have a great show.
All right. Thanks, Sam. We'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
There goes Sam Williams promoting Blizzard Bash 2015. What we'll do is we'll probably jump in and play one of these spots real quick, and then we will be right back. Demo Derby Masters offers a wide array of stock derby parts and accessories that have all been derby tested. Demo Derby Masters also offers custom fabrication, meaning your homespun garage idea can become a finely produced reality. Their team of engineers and Demo Derby drivers have designed, manufactured, and derby tested all parts to ensure quality and durability, even under the most extreme conditions. DemoDerbyMasters.com also carries a full line of helmets, fire suits, gloves, and belts, and Kaiser's own branded oils and fluids. Parts are manufactured, housed, and shipped out of their 140,000 square foot facility located in Coopersville, Michigan. Order online at DemoDerbyMasters.com or contact them by phone at 800-472-2464 or email info@DemoDerbyMasters.com.
The Crown, right?
I don't have a room.
You don't have a room?
No, I couldn't. We were booked.
The plight of the poor planning.
It wasn't poor planning.
I tried to get a room
months ago.
Tough to come across one this time of year.
I tried to get a room a few months ago. It didn't work out, so it looks like there's going to be a few of us stopping and grabbing some sleeping bags and finding a room on the floor. I don't know. I don't imagine it's really going to matter by the time it's bedtime.
That's great.
Where we are. I don't imagine. I imagine there'll probably be a few of us not knowing where we are, so we'll just.
I thought you were going up. You're going up with Buell and those guys.
Yeah,
I thought they all had rooms.
No, Buell's got a room.
Nope, they don't.
He's the only one that's got a room out of the whole crew.
Yeah. So.
Well, they have a full room.
Wow, that's insanity.
Man.
So you got in here now, Brett?
Yep, we've got Brent Clemens joining us here on the hotline. We just inadvertently dropped this for some reason, so we're going to have to fly without it the rest of the way. But Brent is on the line. Brent, man, welcome to the show.
Yep, thanks for having me.
No problem. Brent, going in as one of the defending champions of Blizzard Bash. How excited are you to come back with that title?
Well, it feels pretty good to come back with that title. Yeah, it's been a long season and a lot of preparation.
Now, do you have a spot cleaned out for this year's trophy yet, or are we going to wait?
What's that?
I said, do you have a spot cleared out for this year's trophy yet, or are you going to wait?
Yeah, we can make room for more. Yeah.
Always room for more.
Hopefully it comes down to that, but you never plan on it. That's Serbians. You never know what's going to happen, you know?
Yep, absolutely. Are y'all ready to go? I mean, is the car done, or?
Well, yeah, we just painted it like 15 minutes ago. I just got done, but I got a few other things to do and mount another tire. Of course, about 3 o'clock today, one of my tires blew out just sitting there. So
that's a bad thing.
You know how that goes. That's better to happen here than right before we go out on the track, I guess. So
yeah.
It's not like them tires are real easy to swap on and off anymore either.
No. A lot of work doing that.
Yeah.
All good, Chris. You got the problem straightened out.
We're good.
So yeah, what's your spin? Are you guys are you going to be able to fit your cars in a 15-minute time limit or what?
15-minute time limit?
Yeah, they got the inspection. Sam just said every car when they go up on the finally hit the lift, they got 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah, we should be able to get rid of a tank of oxygen in 15 minutes.
That's great. That's awesome.
You pretty excited about teaming with this new group of drivers?
What's that?
You pretty excited to team with a new group of drivers this year?
Yep, I think we'll be all right. Yep.
I agree. I think you're going to be be fine in terms of the squad that you
a
guys.
couple good guys and good builders, so I think we'll be fine.
I'm interested to learn more on Dusty. I don't think I've seen Dusty drive, ever for that matter.
Well,
Dusty?
Yeah, have I seen him drive before?
He runs a lot of big shows. He's a good driver and good builder.
Okay. I just didn't come.
It's hard to believe as many derbies you've been to across the country.
That kind of stuff happens. But I'm anxious to see him, and I know I'm dying to see the cars. I mean, the caliber of cars are going to be just second to none. Going to be remarkable. So what team do you want in the first round, Brent? I know there's got to be one that you get your hands on, right?
It doesn't really matter to me. They're all good teams, and yeah, just hope for the best and hope you win first round and move to the winners bracket.
That's going to be the key right there.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be the key, and it all depends on first round. But it always seems like we always draw Team Kansas, so I don't know. Maybe we'll get somebody else this year.
How much damage do you think the cars are going to be taking in that opening round of qualifying? I mean, are we going to see stuff that's completely annihilated with the rule changes?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think the cars are going to be annihilated. I think depending on the draw, some cars are going to be worse than others. If you draw some team that, maybe have a tougher build, you think, than another team, but everybody's, I think, going to be pretty equal. I don't know about the cement blocks. I'm still a little leery about that, but it's dirt, you got a little cushion. Cement, yeah, you don't really have much cushion.
No.
Brent, I'm sorry, bud.
Go ahead, Brent.
What did you think of the rule changes they did this year?
The rule changes?
Yeah, I mean, do you think it was good, the changing they did, or were you happy with how it was?
Yes and no. It just adds more time and more money to the car and more welding wire. I don't know. These cars are just getting to be a real lot of work and time and money, and it's good and it's bad. It makes the cars harder, and yeah, you're probably going to feel it a little bit more even driving them.
Yeah,
well, you at least got.
I think the rule. I don't know. I mean, for Blizzard Bash, you got to run the car so many times. It's good to have a real hard car, but I wouldn't want to build one of these for every derby. Let's put it that way.
No.
You at least got to be happy you can run the hubs now.
Yeah, hub plates were nice. Yeah, hub plates were good.
The hubs.
The bar's kind of nice.
Yeah, how about the hubs?
The front hubs. The front hubs, the hassle everybody was having last year with the front hubs, blowing them off. At least you can be able to run the aftermarket better ones now.
Oh, the front hubs.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that was a good change. Plus like hub plates, back window bar.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them things I think were good ideas. But I think with some of the some of the other gray areas maybe that with the DP and all that, and it's going to make the cars really hard. But
Yeah, sounds like it.
so,
It's funny. Every driver that we've talked to has mentioned, they're definitely going to be harder this year.
Gonna be
Every
hard.
driver.
Oh, for
Everybody.
sure. They're definitely good.
Yeah, there's nobody's.
I think it's going to be, with the cars the way they are, it's going to be a lot of, tires and steering is what's going to
Right.
take a lot of people out.
Or unconscious drivers.
Do you think there'll be more blocks cracking and breaking this year? I mean, something's got to give somewhere. I mean, do you think that's going to come into
transmissions.
it?
Oh, I think, yeah. It depends on the cradle you have and how everything's tied in. And, I guess I've broke 3 blocks myself before. And, hopefully, you just hope that doesn't happen. But, that could be a factor, too.
That's crazy.
You think you got the cars figured out, and then you make them harder and harder every year, and then all of a sudden something shifts sideways, and it doesn't bend like that. You've never had a car bend like that before, and things change a lot. So.
No, I definitely think between the cars, like you're saying, the cars are a little harder, just a little bit different dynamic this year with a few things. But to spin back on the inspection part of it, I mean, Sam bringing in another lift and changing things up and getting a little bit more streamlined with that, I really think you guys, all the teams should really be happy. I mean, maybe to get through the inspection a little quicker and instead of being tied up, last year Casey tied up for like 14 hours one day.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was a long day.
That would be nice. I mean, I don't know what I waited in line last year. I think it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours just to get into the buildings, and then by the time you start working on your car, it's getting to be late, and then I think that'll be a really good idea with 2 hoists going and try speeding things up a little bit. And it's always nice to get your car teched in and get it teched in and just relax and sometimes you get more nervous about inspection than you do driving.
Oh, absolutely.
De-stress and actually enjoy being out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a big part. I mean, I know it used to be going to the big shows. We went to big shows. The most important thing, get through inspection. Once you're through there, it was kind of like, it was a sigh of relief and kick back and relax a little bit and get ready for go time.
Yep.
Well, Brent, man, we got a long list of drivers to touch base with. Appreciate you coming on the show and hanging out with us here for a couple minutes. Like we said, it was going to be pretty much 5 minutes with everybody, and we're going to blow right through this thing and just get a couple thoughts from everybody. Wish you the best of luck this weekend, and
we'll see you guys down there.
We'll see you soon.
See you, Brent.
Thanks, Brent.
All right.
There goes Brent Clemens checking in with Brent, and going to be trying to catch up here momentarily with Luke Johnson. So interesting, the quick reception that we've already got for the 15 minutes on the inspection trailer. So far, Brent says it's a good move.
Oh yeah, I think it is. I mean, I got to do something.
You have to put a time limit because, like Sam said, believe it or not, there's an equation to it. In Russ and Tim Clark and I have talked about it a few times, and even Mark. I've talked with Mark and Brett about it, and Josh. Like, it's literally an equation. I mean, you have X amount of minutes per car, or you're never going to get done.
Yep.
And you have to cut it off.
Well, we were talking with Tim and Russ.
Believe it or not, 15 minutes seems like a lot of time. It's not a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, we were talking with Tim and Russ, and we asked them both about lifts. And they said that the time, they can't figure the time up and down a minute or two, whatever it is. He said by 600 cars, but that's...
In the lifts versus going up on a ramp, like we go up on like King's Old School goes up on a ramp, same amount of time going up a ramp or go up a lift.
Luke Johnson, absolutely underwater right now.
Really?
Yeah, he goes, there's no way I can't. 5 minutes. He goes, I can't even pull away for that. We're thrashing to get stuff done.
Wow.
So
good luck, Luke.
Hey,
hope to see you, buddy.
He said we'll catch up down there.
That's cool. Thanks for the minute though. That was
the top builders. We know, like we said before, they're just like everybody else.
Last minute, man.
I mean, it's not like Brent was saying.
You can hear it in his voice when I talk to him.
Brent was saying, sitting there, tire blows, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Other guys, transmission.
Happens.
One guy had a picture of shit. It looked like his tranny blew up. I mean, there's a whole bunch of shrapnel in his pan. The other day.
Chris, how are you?
So I mean, it's
How many times have you you drive a car and it's fine, you go to load it and something happens?
Oh yeah,
you know,
something stupid happens, and it can happen best, and everybody wants their I's dotted and T's crossed for this show.
No doubt.
Somebody who's dotting I's and crossing T's as we speak. Bobby Brockway running with Team IFD this year. Bobby, man, welcome to the show again.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay. I understand you're more than prepared, calm, easy going.
All
More
done,
than
ready to
prepared?
load?
Yep, you're calm, all buckled down, ready to go, right?
Painting her on the road as we go tomorrow, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, it sounds like you're
Get time,
ready.
right? 5 more days.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. You got nothing to worry about. What's been the biggest challenge putting the car together this year?
Everything.
They can't always fall together
Everything.
easy for you, man. You
No,
got to
it's-
work on them once in a
All
while.
those things, everything's new, and I don't know. Everything's been tough. It's a tough build.
Yeah, we've heard that from a lot of folks that this is the hardest car that they've probably ever built, between how tough the car is and the amount of effort that it took to get it to that point.
Yeah, they'll be really hard cars. I'm pretty sure of that.
Hey, you got to admit though, buddy. I mean, once in a while, you got to have some hard times like us guys. They just can't fall together for you all the time, right, champ?
It's been a rough one. I've had a few friends that really come through and help me out to get to where I'm at. You know, it's rough doing it on your own. So it's really helped out with some friends coming over, and just where these builds are now. It's really tough.
That's cool. Has the crew chief been out there overseeing you work on it too, or doesn't she come out when Dad's working in the garage?
She comes out every once in a while. She comes out every once in a while and just tells me to keep working. And I just had her for 5 days and didn't get to. I got to see her here and there. That's it. But she understands it's crunch time, so she's good about it.
That's cool.
You got Jordan Ingram joining you this year. Excuse me, Dustin Ingram joining the team this year. How excited are you about adding him to the quartet this year with Ryan Durham and Bobby Whitaker?
Yeah, I mean, everybody will say they have the best team or this or that. I love my team. It's we missed Jeremy, of course, but as I said before, Dustin has stepped up to help us out, and it's been a great fit all the way around. Everybody gets along. It's good. It's good.
4th year in a row with a different lineup for your group, but the constant has been you and Ryan now, with Jeremy taking a step out of the driver's seat. It gives you opportunity to bring Mr. Ingram in, and he's done okay this summer. He's riding quite a wave of momentum. What's the information sharing been like now that you've got a new guy on the team?
Well, they can share all the information, but if I can't put it together, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
That's a true
having
statement.
Dusty and Bobby on the team, they've did exceptionally well this year, so that definitely helps us and keeps momentum going, and doing well at Spring Explosion. And Dustin will share whatever he'll share stuff, or you can ask him and he'll give you his ideas, and it's great. I mean, we got a great mold right now, so hopefully it'll work well down there. It's just, you never know down there. It's so quick. Anything can happen in Kansas.
It is.
No, I mean, it definitely makes, like you said, Bobby, it makes a big difference when you guys all mesh like that. When you can mesh and kind of think what each other's thinking, and you get along good, and it makes things 10 times easier.
Yeah, it definitely helps out. And everybody's always got along, so that's never been a problem on our team. And I've been very fortunate to have such a good team. So all the way from the beginning, and Ryan and I have stuck it out together. Like you said, it's been somebody different. It seems like every year, but it always comes together. So we'll do what we have to do. Just getting the cars done now is a big deal. Getting down there.
Well, you got to get there. How much honestly do you have left to do on the car?
Put the engine in.
Well, we don't want to keep you.
Yeah. Sorry, champ. We'll see you down there, buddy.
Small stuff now. It's finally coming together, and had a little bump yesterday trying to get something that was like an inch out that turned into a 5-hour project. But hopefully fixing it the right way will pan out. So it's just small stuff now, but it's
the list of making sure you have everything, because it's such a far pool. You want to make sure you have everything, and that's where I'm at right now. Is paint small stuff, check everything over. So like you said, dotting the T's or dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Is where we're at right now.
Yep. Well, we look forward to catching up with you down there. Glad you
I greatly appreciate it, and greatly appreciate what you guys do for the sport and all of our sponsors and people that watch. For sure couldn't do it without our sponsors.
Well,
at least I know I couldn't.
I'm gonna be praying for you a little.
Yeah, Jim. Thanks for being on.
We'll see you soon.
I greatly appreciate everything, guys.
You bet. Thanks a lot.
See you, champ.
Thanks.
There goes Bobby Brockway, past winner of Blizzard Bash down there in Topeka. What we're gonna do is take a quick breather. We already did Overkill. We already did Demo Derby Masters, right? Or did we do Overkill yet? Did we do Overkill yet?
I think so, yes.
Did we?
We did Demo Derby Masters.
Did we?
Yeah.
You can run them all again at the end.
Yeah, we got to do Overkill. There's Overkill. We'll be right back.
Podcast is proud to thank Overkill Derby Products for their continued support. Overkill is one of the original Derby-specific vendors to jump up as the sport was exploding, and like their equipment, they're still standing. Overkill specializes in engine cradles, mounts, shifters, and gas pedals. Overkill also remains one of the only sources for Chrysler and Mopar engine armor. Jump online, check out Jeff at Overkill, tell them you heard about Overkill on the Crash Course Podcast. That's Overkill Derby Products at overkillderby.com.
And we got Kenny Rosno joining us here on the hotline. Kenny, man, welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys.
Good to have you on. How's everything going with building that car?
Oh, same struggles as everyone else is having, I'm sure.
Yeah, like what? Finishing it?
Yeah, exactly. Too much welding wire, not enough time.
I do hear that as a recurring theme, as it were here. The announcement coming out that you've got 15 minutes to get through tech inspection. What are some of your thoughts on that process?
Well, I guess it is what it is. I mean, you can argue all you want, but at the end of the day, their judgment's going to be final. So,
sure,
I don't see a big issue with that, I guess, but I can see where some people might.
It's 15 minutes when they get on the
lift.
lift.
Once you get on the lift.
Yeah. So,
but if you're arguing and carrying on, then then they're going to put you right on the lift.
Yeah.
That's what he said, right?
Yeah. That's what it should be.
I agree with it. I'm all for it. But Kenny, so you're going a little bit off script here and building something kind of new for this show. You excited about running that car out there?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully it proves the point in the right direction, not everyone else's point.
Now specifically, what do you have there?
What's that?
What exactly do you have there? What car have you built for this?
79 Cadillac.
Okay, it's a 79. 'Cause I was talking a little bit with Brandon Tyson, and he said that even within the year car that you have, there are some differences in the front ends, and the car that you've got right now is the one that you were hoping to come across to run a Blizzard Bash.
Yeah, it took 3 shots to get it, but
the first Metro Cad you built, I know you were pretty happy with that. I mean, do you expect this one to be even tougher than that one?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things learned throughout the year in different areas of the car, so
now
it's at least got the same outcome.
The question is, are we going to see the patented Kenny Rosno hold it to the floor and make junk show? That's the big question.
Well, the pedal only goes one way, so.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, tell me a little bit about the build. You talked about it being kind of intensive and a little bit nervous about the prospects of trying to complete everything on time. How has everything progressed since that last conversation?
Well, I guess a lot of help. Can't thank everybody else enough for giving their time to come out and help me, and just stressful. A lot of time under the hood, welding for 10 hours a day at work, and then coming home and welding for 5 more hours.
I can relate.
It's old.
I can relate 100% to that.
That's how big bed.
That's a lot of work.
Yep.
But
dedication right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
What motor are you running in at this time?
Well, it's a brand new 383 stroker, 4-roller, dart angle plug heads. Probably still way underkill for that show, but
I don't know about that. That's a pretty nasty motor.
it runs pretty good.
So is it orange and black yet, or has it made it to paint, or?
Well, I don't know. I guess none of us have gotten that far yet, so maybe we'll just all be factory colors. Door stickers on.
Yeah, I was talking with Daniel today, and he said they were hoping to get the paint tomorrow. So hopefully you guys all on the
I
board.
hope so too. I'd say I'm 3.5 hours away from them guys, so it kind of sucks. I don't get to see progress on their side either. So
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that earlier, talking with Brockway. There is, when you look at like the Cioppas, when they're able to build their cars together, all in the same shop, so to speak. What kind of advantage or disadvantage you have? At least, if nothing more, you get motivated and pushed off each other.
Yeah.
And when you're completely isolated,
yeah, it's tough.
It's to keep motivated and keep
I
going.
agree there. Like Shanley Motorsports team, they're only about 8 miles away from my house, and the three on the team are building all together, and they really have some nice stuff put all together with the three teammates' minds put together there. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely when you got a group of minds together, it helps out.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
One, everybody has their different twists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you do a pretty good job of building some pretty nasty stuff out of your shop by yourself. So I think you'll be all right.
Well, let's hope so.
When do you roll out?
Well, Wednesday morning. Now they're talking nasty thunderstorms and possibly some snow on the way down there. So.
Yeah.
You guys know my experiences with bad weather and driving the Derby, so
yeah, it goes well.
That
goes
well
butter
better.
smooth.
Hey, you got the new Dodge to haul with this year. That'll cover the road nicely.
I hope so.
It's a nice truck.
Yeah, it is a very nice truck.
Well, we're gonna catch up with Chris Lancaster here, and then after that, we're gonna be checking in with Jesse Hoffmeister, one of the guys you just talked about from the Shanley Motorsports team. We'll catch up with them. But, Kenny, I know you got a lot of work to do. Appreciate you making some time for us tonight.
You bet. Thank you guys very much.
We'll catch up with you here soon.
All right, bye.
There goes Kenny Rosno.
He is truly one of the guys that builds the junk stuff. I mean, you hear everybody say, I'm not in, Kenny Rosno, and he doesn't cut any corners. He builds.
Him and Hoffmeister's the same way.
Yeah, build incredible stuff, and they are on the gas. I mean, when you guys went off the first year, I wasn't able to see it in person, but watching it on tape, I mean, you just cannot not cheer for somebody like Kenny Rosno. That dude just.
And there's a large quantity of drivers out there that are out there to do that.
Oh yeah.
And
just on the gas.
And like Jimmy Johnson, like you said last week, they got their hammers out there. Every team has their hammers, and let me tell you what, there's some big ass hammers out there. They have fun doing it, but but yeah, for sure, Hoffmeister. I mean, Rosno. I mean, I know how I feel his pain.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of. It ain't just. I mean, his with his occupation, but you got all these other guys. I mean, everybody. All these people, they're working people, just like everybody else. They're working 8, 10 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, summertime, 16 hours a day, and coming and then putting another 5, 6 hours in, so. Mark
Cioppa running a paver all day, and then coming home and having to weld for, 3, 4, 5 hours at night. That's a rough one too.
And I don't know about you guys. I enjoy the help of other people working on the cars, but I hate it on the other hand too, is because I think it adds to your confidence. When you sit there, and if I do it, and then I know it's right, or if something messes up, it's my fault. You know what I mean?
I do
when somebody else does something, or
I do my best when I shut the shop, close the door in the shop. The only thing there's the TV, my stepfather, and the dogs. My mom will come out. Other than that, I do my best. I prefer it that way because, like you said, if something screws up, I can blame it myself. And that's. Plus, I don't like. I just like doing stuff myself.
Yep. There's definitely some guys. I mean that I don't mind working on my car. I would trust them. But I mean it. There's definitely you're when you have people you can trust, it definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Luckily, I got some guys that come around and do some stuff for me that I know what kind of work ethic they have, and I know. So it definitely helps. But I mean, most of the stuff, 90% of it now is me and my oldest son, and my dad helps as much as he can. But I mean, we do a lot together. So
you're never gonna get Dad out of the shop.
No. I try to slow him down a little bit.
Yeah.
The other day, he wanted to start loading up old rear ends into the back of the truck to go to scrap by himself. At 77 years old.
It's fine. Pay no attention, right?
Yeah. I can talk him out of that.
Chris Lancaster joining us here on the hotline. Chris, how's everything going?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Like everyone else.
Like everybody else?
Last minute shit.
So you're all loaded on a trailer, ready to go.
Yeah, loaded up, ready to go, feet up.
He's from Minnesota. He's got to shovel his driveway before he can leave.
Eric's loaded up. He was off on Monday. So or Sunday, the drive from California. So he's on the road. He keeps yelling at us. Why aren't you done? I've been on the road since Sunday.
It's not like you didn't know the show was coming, right?
It's still a long build. It's been like 4 or 5 months.
How challenging is this build? This is the first time that you've kind of tackled something quite like this.
So at first, I'd say it's exciting as all get out. But like everyone else said, these rules, there's a lot in them. And there's a lot of gray areas where you go, can I do this? Can I not? Let me try it. And that just adds a lot of time.
No doubt.
And I'm running a ribbing. I don't normally run ribbies, so that's kind of added a little bit of time to it as well.
Sure.
You're coming to your first bash and you're not bringing a Chris Lancaster Cadillac?
So, no, I'm actually kind of disappointed about that. The team was adamant that we could only have one caddy, and Eric wanted to run a caddy, so I'm not going to run new iron, so I ended up picking up a ribby.
Man,
next best thing.
I was going to come look at your caddy and try to get some ideas to bring back here and see if I could sneak through.
If you win a Riviera, it might be worth your trip.
Well, that's true. But
By the way,
Chris
Brett
has done a little bit with a caddy. I'd like to try with mine.
He's done a lot with the Cadillac.
Yeah.
You excited about having this team?
Go
ahead.
Gave me a lot of advice, and my caddies I do kind of different than everybody out back east, more the West Coast style.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to that.
On the back. The fronts are East Coast all the way.
I've talked to that guy out in California too. I talked to him a lot about building caddies. He definitely is a guru at that.
How
Can he build?
He is.
What's that? What'd you say?
Talk about the same guy. What can he build?
Yeah, he
If you
builds good at everything.
Talk about old Fords or Mopars or
No
caddies.
doubt.
It just seems
Imperials.
like
He swears though he can build a caddy that'll bend a subframer.
Yeah.
Headlight to headlight. He actually showed me pictures of the caddy.
I got Chris on my fantasy league, so let's
That's a good pick, man.
hopefully the magician will be coming out on top.
He's been pretty popular. I think he's sitting in top 5 still
Really?
from the qualifying pool group. Yep. What do you think about that?
We should have a pretty good chance. I mean, there's a number of teams that are really good, and I mean it's going to be a battle, and it's going to take some luck for us to get through them. But with that being said, I feel pretty confident with it. I mean, Mitch is a wheelman. Neil's got a special Vic that built really, really well. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say, but anyway, he's got a car that's going to be pretty good. And then Eric, he's just going to be the hammer. So everyone keeps talking about who's the hammer. Well, Eric will be it.
In terms of that, did you guys have to draw straws for who's going to be the heavy driver?
No. Eric broke his wrist out in Utah because he drives so hard.
When was that?
Couldn't see
I missed that.
Full track and broke his wrist. We didn't think he'd be able to run Blizzard Bash, but he's like, I'll get it done.
That's crazy.
Holy cow.
Put an extra thick cast on. Just put a precast on.
Wow.
Wrist, didn't he say wrist
wrist,
or
yeah.
wrist?
Yeah,
Oh,
wrist.
I thought you said
Wrist.
Yeah.
Wrist.
That's crazy. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, that's some serious impact right there.
Yeah.
Man.
The breaker.
Well,
Wow.
he's got great equipment. He runs a guard motor that just is amazing. Full track, some in Utah's is his style. So this will be his first time out east. So he's going to try to run the same speed, same style.
You'll be able to.
Yeah, no question.
You'll get a hold of that dirt and she'll move.
Yep.
And just again a reminder, it sounds like we're leaning towards. There's still some confusion out there about what the walls are going to be. The concrete, I believe, has been taken off the table at this point. We are back to dirt, but I don't have Sam on the phone to verify that as fact. That was the one thing that we didn't ask.
They'll find out when they
We'll
get there.
we'll find out in a couple days.
That's for sure. Chris, man, I'm sure you got
all kinds of new stuff tonight. 15-minute tech, dirt burns for the wall. Man, I need to take my notes. Hopefully I did it all right for these new changes.
You did. Just tune in on a weekly basis. You'll find out most of it. What we don't know, I guess we just make up, right?
We'll make up as we go.
But, Chris, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight, hanging out with us for a little while. We're looking forward to seeing you down there.
Well, thanks, man. Joe and I are going to get back at it. She's painting and I'm welding, so talk soon.
That'll make the paint dry faster.
Yep.
Good luck.
Nice.
We'll see you soon.
Hey.
There goes Chris Lancaster from Team Minnesota Style running his first Blizzard Bash. What we'll do now is we'll jump into, let's do this one. Do Derby parts quick, and we'll be right back with you. The Crash Course would like to thank DerbyParts.com, an industry leader in aftermarket parts. DerbyParts.com has become the go-to source for builders looking to make one stop for all their Derby needs. A proud partner of the Reckless Warrior Series and a title sponsor at the Bash for Cash, DerbyParts.com offers products from the top manufacturers in the industry, including fellow Reckless Warriors partners Brian Muir and Big Rock Derby products, and performance aftermarket standouts MSD, Edelbrock, Schonfeld, and Samson tires. Inventory includes cradles, Ultra Bell sliders, flex plates, pedal kits, mounts, fans, radiators, adapters, tanks, and much, much more. DerbyParts.com truly offers one-stop shopping for builders ready to perform at any level. Go online and check them out. From bumper to bumper, you can find it on DerbyParts.com. Yes, can I put you to the board? Okay, excellent. At the wire.
Oh, Jesse.
We got that.
Got
that
a lot of
taken care
welding
of.
fumes going on.
I bet.
A lot of welding.
I don't doubt that at all. Jesse Hoffmeister joining us here. Jesse, you're among one of the most selected drivers in the qualifying pool for Blizzard Bash. How's everything going with the car?
Oh, everything's going pretty good. Just tweaking things here and there, trying to get all the small stuff figured out.
Tweaking things like putting a motor in, or tweaking things like tightening the last nuts and bolts?
Just tightening a few nuts and bolts, zip tying stuff up so it's not flopping everywhere.
Are you going with some colors, or are you gonna have to run factory colors like Kenny Rosno?
We didn't pick too bright colors. We got black and gray. Nothing special.
Okay. Which you will be able to get the colors on it. I can't believe that my email, every time you hear this thing buzz over here, it's another fantasy league team coming in. They've just been pouring in for the whole show. The cutoff is 7 o'clock, so we're 12 minutes away from cutoff or the end of the show, whichever's first. Brad Tice wanted me to remind everybody that at New Year's Eve, you don't have to be present to win either. So if you need to leave that car, he'll bring it up. You can take it that night, or if it needs to go back to back to Brad's house, he'll hang on to that until you're ready to take it. So pretty good move there.
10 miles away is all.
10 miles, that's all it takes.
Okay.
If it's a driver, you can drive it home.
Jesse, you're a pretty popular guy in this fantasy league. So what do you think of that?
Well, I don't know. I think part of it's because of that car last year, and
Probably helped some.
maybe
I gotta believe that probably helped some. We're gonna see that same style of driving out of you this year.
Oh, that's basically the way I drive.
I like that.
Yeah, we remember it was the black and green colors, I believe, last year, and what a show it was to watch. They were just destroying stuff in that qualifying bracket, and they were just a stone's throw away from making it into the national pool. How important is it for you guys to win this qualifying bracket and get into the national draw next year?
To us, well, I mean, we're coming with a new team this year, but to us, it's pretty important, because I think, a few of us, we think we got a statement to make. We think we built good enough, and we like to be up there with the rest of the guys that are well known.
Now you said that you got a little bit of a point to prove. What is it that you're trying to go out there and say to everybody? Because I don't think there was really anybody that was a doubter in your abilities in terms of a builder or a driver.
No doubt.
Well, I don't know. I think it's more or less for around here. Just saying that hey, we can compete with the best, around the world, and we're not just some Midwest guy coming, trying to just wreck some stuff.
Right.
However, if that's the way the cars do fall, you'd be okay with it, right? If you just show up there to wreck some stuff. Well, I was just saying you'd probably be okay with it though if you just if the way the cards fell, you were just out there to show up and wreck some stuff. You'd be okay with it. You could adjust.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of my whole main goal, just to go up and trash stuff.
I mean, is there anybody that you kind of got your fingers crossed that you might get your hands on in your opening round?
I really don't have anybody in the qualifying that I really even know particularly or have want to beat against. So
Equal opportunity offender.
Yeah,
Whoever's in front of him.
Whoever shows up, they're getting it. It's not easy.
Awesome. What car are you bringing?
This year we kind of made a group decision. We're gonna bring all Ford, so we kind of got same parts. So no one just grabs, is this wireframe or is this a Ford?
A Ford. That still leaves a little bit open. What it might be, right? We're all bringing Fords. Ben does this to us all the time. Oh, well, I'm thinking about bringing a Ford.
Yeah.
A lot of years in between.
No.
2007 to 2012.
What do you think about the build this year compared to last year?
Excuse me.
I think it's definitely. I mean, you got your weak spots, and you got a few things that change that are going to make it really, really hard. So, I think it's going to be a little harder this year.
So you're going to have more stuff to fix after the opening round, or you're going to have less?
What's that?
You're going to have more stuff to fix then after the opening round, or less?
It kind of depends on, team draws is what it is. It really depends on your team draws. If you can get, for say, a little weaker team than what you are, then it's a little easier heat, so then you got easier fix. But if you get a hard team like JYD was last year, you go through that, it's brutal.
Brutal's an understatement, I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think there's a lot of people ready to describe stuff out there as brutal. No questions asked. Is there anything else for the rest of the team that has to be done, or is everybody buttoning up their builds at this point?
Everybody's basically buttoning up the builds. We got the cars there just sitting there in the shop, all painted up, got the stickers on. They're basically ready to go. Just need to get the trailer finished loaded, and basically that's about it.
I know that's a process in and of itself. A lot of the guys that we were talking to about trying to line them up for coming on tonight. So their car was done, but they're trying to load the trailer, and that's one of the things that Luke Johnson referenced. We called him a little bit earlier. But we're gonna try and catch up still with Steve Cioppa, and then we're gonna try and wrap up with Colton Neuhalfen. Jesse, appreciate you coming on the show and hanging out with us here for a few minutes as we just run down the list of a ton of different drivers and some new voices on the podcast, and bring it to everybody at home. A little bit of what they can expect and the stress that those drivers are going through to get ready. Jesse, thanks, man.
Yep, no problem. Later.
We'll talk to you in Topeka. We're looking forward to catching up with you. There goes Jesse Hoffmeister weighing in on his.
That Y-framer they had last year was nasty.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that's no doubt. Them guys, they put the hammer down, and by him saying, he'd like to get up there and be recognized with some of the top names. Yeah, he is one. Him and his group are top
no
names,
doubt.
but I see where he's coming from. I mean,
Yeah.
he wants that bragging rights to say, yeah, we were banging in that big bracket. We were
No
banging
doubt.
down at the end with them,
Yep.
because they know they can.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
builds are right there. Their builds are bar none right up there with the rest of them.
Yeah,
and
that Y-frame
them
last year
guys
was so
love
impressive.
to drive hard.
Oh,
They you just talk to them and you can tell they got that look.
Yeah,
Like they don't care. They're just gonna drive through shit. They don't care. And that's the great thing about them guys. Another great. There's not one bad group of guys.
No,
it's just
no,
they're all a great group of guys.
Yep.
Hey, Steve. Hey, man, can I put you in?
You got Steve.
Yep, got Steve Cioppa joining us here on the hotline. Steve, man, welcome to the show.
Chris, how's it going?
It's going okay. How's it going over there?
Hectic.
Yeah,
Crazy right now.
that's strange. You sound so calm right now. I don't hear any stress in your voice at all.
No, it's a little crazy right now, but we're getting there.
How is everything going? It sounds like the cars are pretty much all wrapped up, and now it's just a matter of packing and getting them on their way.
That's exactly what we're doing. Cars are done, ready to go, and just getting pretty much got to unload the whole garage into a truck
Yep. Mighty big truck.
Mighty big truck.
Yeah, I seen the truck. Todd, I hope Todd's got the picture phone away from him. He's going picture crazy, Steve. Sending pictures.
Oh my God, he's nuts with the pictures. I tell him all the time, slow down with the pics.
I believe Steve and
Everything away.
Yeah. At least it's painted now, Steve. It hides all of it now. It's painted.
I believe Steve is one of the farthest most east drivers ever to go compete at Blizzard Bash, going with the show with Mark, who's a multi-time Keystone Nationals champion. Steve winning Keystone Nationals this past year. Todd joining that team along with Josh Corletto going out there. What's the build been like? What's the experience of getting ready for Blizzard Bash been like for you guys?
It's like I said, it's hectic. We got in the game pretty late, but the build, the build's tough. I mean, it's definitely on the same playing field as like the Nationals. You could do actually a little more with the Blizzard Bash cars, but building a couple cars of that quality in the same year, boy, it takes its toll.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, man.
You guys got quite the stable of helpers and workers. I mean, you guys got some of the best ones around. I feel and geez.
Oh yeah, if I didn't have Burrows, I wouldn't be running.
Yep.
Mark Burrows does the whole car pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned a little bit about what it's like to put a car together for the Keystone Nationals versus having to do a little bit more with this. I know with the Keystone Nationals, there's a very, very clear chess match being played between the guy building the car and the guy that's inspecting the car. How much of that was going into this build here that was just completed?
It was. It's pretty much the same. I mean, everybody has their gray areas where everybody tries to exploit them, but we'll see. We'll see what it does when we get there.
That sentence ended quickly, didn't it?
From what I hear, from what guys are saying, I think we're going to be pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's a little. I kind of understand too. I mean, we're Steve and you guys, your group. I mean, with Keystone Nationals, and you're used to one gray area.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're skeptical. I mean, you're traveling 15, 16 hours. And you don't want to.
Yeah,
you want to push,
but
you don't want to over push, and it's a whole different tech group. It's a whole different mindset actually.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're kind of hesitant, but yet you don't want to be hesitant because you don't want to be, you don't want to drop the ball,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to take a knife to a gunfight. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys got sledgehammers.
What's that?
You guys got sledgehammers going to a knife fight. So
hopefully we got bazookas.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, Steve, the cars are all ready. How about the drivers? You guys all ready and excited to go out for the first run out in Topeka?
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's going to be fun, with the different, diverse,
Mm-hmm.
set of drivers at this one. I mean, there's pretty much drivers from all over, which, this is going to be fun to see how we fare on the national level. I know the Keystone Nationals has some of the best drivers around, but this one here may be, I think it's a little more intense than the Nationals.
Did Todd call ahead to make sure there's enough Red Bull?
He's addicted to Red Bull, I think.
I know.
Cooler full of it coming to the shop.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I messaged back there. I can't wait to see them cars, and I definitely am looking forward to checking them out and
I can't wait for people to actually see them because they all turned out well.
Mm-hmm.
So
what ended up
what
being
they're supposed to do, we should be okay.
Absolutely.
What ended up being the conversation that got Mark to build a car?
It was a bunch of different things, but I knew all along that Mark was finally going to throw his hat in and join in. It just took a little, little calling here, little calling there. I mean, I think we bugged him maybe on 100 different occasions to, let's go. This is the biggest one. You got to be in it. So
peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Me and Mark have been driving side by side for 26 years now. So
right.
I'm glad to see him in there with me because me and Mark could tear some shit up.
Yeah, you definitely can't. That's a group like you said. I mean, you've been together so long. I mean, it's just you can't take a gear out of the box and expect it to mesh. You know,
exactly.
Could you say that they come in with the most unofficial team experience of anybody that's coming to the show?
Oh yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, the three of them ran together for so long. You know, it's just you guys have run together. I mean, not necessarily in team shows, but you've run together for so many years. I mean, you know, there's definitely a lot of
time people say we're teaming up on them anyway, so now we get to do it legally.
There you go. There you go. I was telling Chris. I mean, like I've been saying right along. I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, it by no means is it a negative thing by calling it beginner's luck, because by no means are you beginners, but it means it's your first time out there.
Yeah.
I just got this crazy gut feeling. I mean, it's good shit's gonna happen. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, Ben, I'd like to thank you for that one, and thanks for the bullseye on my back too.
Believe me, Steve, there's way bigger bullseyes out there.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some stuff to get straightened out there.
There's way bigger ones out there.
I know. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, is the team manager Big Wayne all ready to go? I mean, I see he's going to fly for the first time. Is he excited about the trip?
Wayne is ready. Wayne actually texted me. I'd say what's today? Today's Monday. He texted me last Thursday and asked me what time I'm picking him up for the airport. That's last Thursday. I don't even know which way was up or down at that point.
That's a team manager, man. He's just making sure everything's good.
He's wound up. He can't wait.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
We're actually
learned how to text, so it's actually funny. You know, when you see a text come over from Big Wayne, it's funny. So he texted me last Thursday. What time am I picking him up for the airport?
That's awesome.
Tomorrow.
Awesome.
Very cool.
So he's excited.
Good.
Yeah. Everybody's excited.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. I know you got a lot of packing still to do, Steve. Appreciate you making some time and hanging out here with us.
Chris, no problem. Thank you.
Well,
you guys do, man. This is great.
We're looking forward to it.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait to see you down there.
See you in Kansas.
We'll see you there.
All right, Steve.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Yep.
There goes Steve Cioppa, 2015 Keystone Nationals champion. What we'll do is we'll run through our final order of business here. We'll be back right after this with, hopefully, Colton Neuhalfen. We'll see you then.
Ultimate Derby's Blizzard Bash is back this fall. The hallmark of the Kansas Expocenter's Derby schedule in Topeka, Kansas has been expanded to 4 days this coming November. The event will include something for every fan within Demolition Derby. Inspection opens November 11th with the heat draw party in the Vendors Arena. Action starts November the 12th at 7 p.m. with the national team bracket and the qualifying team bracket opening rounds. Action returns Friday, November the 13th with national bracket and team bracket round 2. The 80s mod heats and the 80s leaf classes are also on the card. Saturday's card includes the 1,000 to win RC Derby planned for 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the vendors area right in the Ski Inc. Pavilion. That's before the full-size cars take the track at 6 o'clock with B features for both the team brackets, the 80s Consi, the stock one and dones for Old Iron, the 80s and the compacts, the Power Wheels Youth Division, and Pro Mods are also on Saturday's card. Championship Sunday rolls off at noon with modified compacts and Old Iron leading the charge. Then trucks, the 80s feature, and the qualifying bracket feature leading to crowning the national championship in the team finale. All the action is available on pay-per-view and is presented in part by Speedway Motors, O'Reilly Auto Parts, in addition to DerbyTees.com, Near It Sliders, Ski Inc., Chambliss Welding, and Ultimate Derby. Don't forget, Ultimate Derby has Capital Carnage right around the corner, April 22nd to 24th, a $30,000 to win event is set for that last weekend of April, right back at the Expocentre in Topeka, Kansas. For more information, visit www.blizzardbash.com or www.ultimatederby.com.
I'll see what they're doing.
Hey, Colton. Hey, it's Chris. Can I put you in? Thanks. And don't everybody talk at once.
Well, I was just say, do we know what Colton's bringing out here, or is that top secret? Or
I don't know. Colton, what are you bringing out the Blizzard Bash?
I'm bringing a two-door 73 Cadillac.
Nice.
Now you know.
72, he said?
3.
73? Yeah.
That'd be tough.
Yeah. Nice.
Finally get Colton Neuhalfen on the show.
We've been wanting to talk to him since he won the Blizzard Bash for the Winter Slam for the 18th time in a row.
Since you won Winter Slam the 3rd time in a row, since then you won a 4th time in a row.
I figured you would have brought a bird out there, but I guess not.
What's that?
I figured you would have brought a bird out there, but you bring out.
Oh,
Keep going.
all right.
Pay no attention. There's a battery dying on the phone.
Oh, okay, no biggie.
Okay.
Colton, we thought perhaps you'd be bringing a Thunderbird out there.
No, that's a Topeka.
No, why not?
I don't know. I got to work the bugs out of them a little bit more before I start running them.
I understand.
It's hard to keep the front suspension on them.
But we've seen you do okay in Cadillacs too, so I suppose you'd probably be all right, right?
Yeah.
I love Cadillacs. They're fun.
Yeah.
You and Jared Heaney both very popular on the fantasy league selections.
Yeah, Jared's a good shit.
Now, Colton, you ran Blizzard Bash, what, 2 years ago you came down and ran?
Yep.
Did pretty good out there then. You were right down there,
Yeah.
1st or 2nd, weren't you, in your heat or in your class?
Yeah, 3rd.
Yeah, okay. I thought I remembered watching you run
Yeah,
on.
He had a good
Yeah,
stretch.
yeah, you ran right down in there good.
So we're gonna be catching that every now and again. The beeping as the phone's about to die. Just so you know, Colton, if we do lose you, that's why we've burned through an entire phone's worth of battery tonight with all the phone calls that we made. But tell me a little bit about this build and getting ready to go run with Team Extreme.
Oh, the build? I don't know. The build is ridiculous, I think, with the kickers to the dash bars and sheet in the front doors, and I mean the bumper bracket rule. Everything is pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the fronts of these cars are going to be like freight trains.
No doubt.
Yeah. I don't
It's going
think.
to be wild.
How many nose-to-nose hits do you think you're gonna see?
Ooh.
Oh, I think right off the drop of the stick, I think everybody's going to nose them out, probably.
Yeah.
Since if you're going to turn out of it, you're going to get a wheel ripped off you. You might as well just turn into it.
That'll.
But after the ball gets rolling, I think it's going to be, I don't know, not even lift it to I think it's going to be just balls to the walls.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be wild.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
How is the build progressing? Is your car done at this point?
Yeah, I just got to just check all the fluids and stuff, and and make sure I got everything, all the cotter keys in the steering and everything ready to go, and otherwise all the main stuff's done. Paint.
Colton, I've
Got
always.
big details on it last night.
Do you build your own motors or do you buy motors from somebody?
I buy my motors.
What do you run?
I run 383s or 355s. Just depends on the show.
Local guy build them, or do you buy one of the?
I just got a local guy that does it.
Well, I'd always wanted to ask you because I've always been very impressed with how your motors run at Winter Slam. I just didn't know if that was something you guys ran or if you.
And those motors.
Nothing super fancy, just 4 rollers and. I don't know.
Those motors did just fine at Crossroads too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Crossroads, that was fun, but had to God steering on the one and poke the radiator out early on the other one, but otherwise it was good.
In terms of your chances here, what would it mean to you guys to get out of that qualifying team bracket into the national draw next year?
That'd be awesome. I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't a way into the main show this year through the qualifier. And I think they should just do it as top dog. If they want to go play with the big boys, they could. But I guess we'll wait till next year.
Right.
Guess we'll wait till next year. Did you hear that?
Absolutely.
That was said with
confidence.
You
said
got
with
to plan to
confidence.
win, man. You don't go there to finish second. You go there to win. There's nothing wrong with that. I like that.
I agree. I'm all for it. I hope they do well. But I mean, it's gonna be something. I mean, with the questions that have come across the plate, with the conversations that we've had tonight, everybody is they poured everything they got into these cars. They're the hardest builds that they've put together, and Colton, I'm sure he's not on the outside of that conversation.
No
It's this toughest car you've had to build.
What's that?
Toughest car you've had to build.
Probably. I've spent so much time on this one. I just, with the bars and the doors and everything, and the cage is unbelievable. It should be insanely hard. I mean, I've built a lot of stock Cadillacs where the cross member the training had to be folded on the cross member, and no DP, and them cars have treated me well, and they've been rock hard. And now I got big bumper brackets, the tranny's bolted in solid, kicker off the dashboard of the DP, and it's just insane. I don't think these cars are going to even wiggle.
No, they're going to be nasty.
I mean, it's a driver's
She's
wheel.
gonna start breaking weird shit.
Yeah,
What's gonna happen.
yeah. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
you're gonna. Yeah, that's the main. That's gonna happen probably. You're gonna see a lot of broken blocks in half.
No.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
that's,
insane.
Splitting.
that's what we said earlier. Was we're going to see some broken blocks and
We saw a
trannies.
couple last year.
It's something's got to break somewhere. It's going to be the weakest
Yeah,
part.
something's got to be out sooner or later. You know, and I told all my teammates, I'm like, you better, if you don't have a distributor clamp, you better be buying one because it's going to be like two hammers hitting together.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jeez.
Yep.
Now, Colton, you've done real well with the metric style caddies. Did you consider building one of these for this, or were you about the old iron right from the beginning?
I don't know. I've only ran a couple of them metric caddies, and my buddy Matt Erdman, he swears by them. He was going to build one, and then it'd probably be all right with hump plates and everything, but they took the hump plates away from us in the qualifier bracket. That sucks, but because I built my whole car to two hump plates, and I had my rear end chained up and the trunk lid welded really hard. You really don't do a Cadillac very hard in the trunk with no hump plates.
Yep.
But so I had to redo a bunch of stuff. But I don't know, the metric caddy, they're awesome up front, but I just think longevity. I think you can beat them with a Ford.
Yeah.
Only time will tell. When do you head out?
I'm heading out Wednesday morning, early.
Early Wednesday. And how far is that drive for you?
6 hours.
Oh, it's not
That's
bad
not
at all.
too bad.
Nah, not bad.
No, not bad at all. It's about the same to like Metal Mayhem.
That's
I
cool.
see. Well, we certainly do wish you the best of luck. I look forward to catching up with you down there. I'm afraid the phone's going to die on us, and don't want to lose you in the middle of our conversation.
No problem. It's gonna be a wild weekend. I'll see you guys down there.
We'll,
All right,
we'll
thanks,
cross
Colton. See you
paths for
down there.
sure. It was good seeing,
You
good
guys
talking to
have-
you.
You guys have a good night.
You
Thanks.
too, Colton.
See ya.
Finally got the chance to catch up with him, and that's it. That's it.
Chris, no pressure.
It's a lead
Who's winning
weight.
the team show. No pressure right
Oh,
now.
no pressure. Ben?
Team show.
Ben?
No, Chris Marquardt. Who's winning the
Ah.
team show?
I don't know. If you're gonna make me pick a team,
Yes.
I have to pick a team.
Yes.
If I pick Team Kansas, we're gonna say I'm gonna be a homer because I just got their shirts done.
Mhm.
If I go with the Cioppas, they're gonna call me a homer. If I go with Bobby Brockway,
You're a homer.
I'm a homer.
You're a homer no matter what because you know everybody.
Sam Bandow's team, same thing. We didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to talk to. He went hunting yesterday, and I saw it posted on Facebook. If anybody's around and wants to come over and finish the Blizzard Bash car, stop by.
I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that whole team. I seen some pretty cool looking pictures, and I think that team's gonna.
It's gonna open some eyes.
Yes.
There's way too many pictures floating around.
Well, I think but the ones we've been seeing have just been sent directly to us, but on Facebook. So that's kind of cool. Who's gonna win it all, Chris?
I'd like to think that Bobby Brockway and Team IFD can do it.
I think they got to be going in. I think they got to be the favorite because they've had so much success as team.
I don't know if they're going in as a favorite though. I think they've got momentum on their side. I'll give you that they've got momentum on their side, but I don't think they're going in as a favorite. I think Dustin Ingram is going in as a favorite.
What's the difference between momentum and a favorite?
They're going in with momentum in terms of the success, but people that you have to look at as favorites right now have got to be Black and Blue, Matt Schilling's team. They were second place last year. You got to look at Team Underdogs again. They won it last year, and it's not like they had a cakewalk to do it.
No.
They won it last year.
Oh, yeah.
They won it, and they won it in a sweep.
Yeah.
They lost half of their team when Eric and Luke went to the other IFD team running with Vince Olivius.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And then they picked up Jordan Ingram, which is how that all came together. So they've got Eric Blom. Did I screw that team up? I might have just screwed up the roster on that one.
Well, you're forgetting Santel, Rodzinski, and all that.
Sangalusi.
And
the guy.
Let me jump in there because I haven't shut that page off yet. Let me jump in there and take a quick peek. Just make sure I didn't mess that up. Yeah, Brent Clemens and Eric Blom are still with Brody Brown, who won Amarillo last year, and Dusty Gilgis, and then Team IFD, which is Daryl Monroe and Luke Johnson, who left the winning team and are teamed up with Vince Olivius and Jordan Ingram. I think those are two of your favorite teams just because of obviously you've got past winners, and again, another one of the romantic picks that everybody wants to see win is the team that Ben was just talking about, Team Near It, with Ryan Songalewski, Jason Brzezinski, Don Santel, and Craig Lemminger. How can you bet against them? Then again, all you have to do is scroll up and say, how do you bet against Bad Company? Or scroll up a little further, and how do you bet against DMP?
No doubt.
DMP is another team that I think comes in as a...
Team Kansas is due for some good luck.
Oh,
and you get good luck with it.
So basically, we just ran through the 16 teams are favorites, and the 16 teams are favorites. Yeah. How do you pick one?
I'm picking it.
I know, because you don't want to stick your neck out any further than you have to, but it's okay to put me under gun. Ben, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Picking
it's
fine.
After
inspection, Ben will pick. That's how he does.
I know.
He's very consistent.
Here's the thing.
What?
Ben says, I'll pick after inspection. Everybody knows we're not going to see Ben. He's not going to be on there. Ben is going to go to the inspection line. He's going to disappear for 5 days. And Saturday, about noon, he's going to resurface.
Oh, no. He'll be there Thursday night on air.
He's going to be sleeping in the pits. He's going to be working on cars. All the stuff he's not supposed to be doing. Everybody knows that. And then he's going to come to the table. Well, I know who's going to win. Obviously, you built the car.
No doubt. Can we may not be able to pick a team, but I think we can all agree that we're really looking forward to getting out there and seeing everybody in cars.
Absolutely. Tomorrow can't, the airplane pilot. I'm tempted to just say we need an emergency. We need to get there fast.
Kick the tires, light the fires.
Light the fires, and get there. Take an hour and a half flight. And turn it into 45 minutes. It would be nice, but.
Now, once we get off the plane, do we have to walk behind Mr. Decker, or how does that work?
Actually, he said he would prefer it. We're not going to have any choice but to walk behind him because he's going to be in first class, one of the first people off the plane, and we're going to be sitting back in row 19 out of 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
we're still carrying his bags, right?
They said they've got extra.
In a seat. I'm with the luggage.
I was just going to say that. There's extra space for Ben being the shortest next to the tires of the plane.
TSA, that was a requirement. I had to go with down below with the baggage. I couldn't be with
the
On the plus side, as long as he holds one of our bags the whole time, they don't charge us for checking it.
That's awesome.
As long as they don't say bomb.
Yeah.
Slip under the 55-pound rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 49 because it's 49. We check it every time.
It's actually. I've gotten through at 51.2.
Really?
Yep. Skin of my teeth.
Wow.
I said this was 50 when I left home, but it got wet in the rain. It's not raining outside. Well, it was raining when we left. Picked up water weight. Yeah. I don't think she believed it for a minute. But
hopefully we won't have to sleep at an airport on this trip.
I don't think we're going to have to sleep at an airport. Hopefully. Stop that. Muting your microphone.
Yeah, that's
no, we're definitely. I agree with everything. Everybody can't wait to get out there. Just the way the facility's set up, the updates this year, pictures. The Expocentre is putting the fans in.
Yep.
This year, I think it's going to be a little bit different because temperature-wise, you're going to be about 40 degrees warmer, so the doors are going to be open anyway.
And everybody's going to be. Who cares if you have to stand in tech line for an hour?
It's just going to be that much greater. Last year was great.
Yeah, it's definitely
visibility sucked because it was so cold. They had to shut the doors. It couldn't cycle. You couldn't clear out fast. This year, that problem's gone.
One other thing I want to touch on too, though, is constantly we talk about the team shows, the qualifying and the stop. But I'm here to tell you, every one of the other classes last year put on a show.
Oh,
everything. I was so impressed from top to bottom. Every class that took that track. Right down to the Power Wheels. Seeing that, I think there was 70 or 80 kids out on that track.
They come out of the woodwork.
And this is no BS. Everybody that knows me knows I tell it like it is. Every class that ran last year, they put on a show. The trucks.
Oh, we're talking big names. Paul Cox is coming.
Yep.
From
no doubt
to run in the trucks, and had a picture of his truck. It's a truck
nasty.
He ran. Straight frame, that SOB is going to junk some shit.
Oh, yeah.
And
John Muse
is going to be
bringing his truck. And John builds a nasty vehicle. And all the support classes, they put on a great show last year. The Transitions Youth. Those guys, they were on the gas.
How excited are you to see Arden Jennings run Old Iron?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. It's definitely going to be, and that's I don't want to I don't want to take anything from those guys. Though
they're spending just as much time building just as hard a car. They're just not running with a team. They're running by
I am
themselves.
as excited about seeing those the other classes as I am the teams.
For sure. I mean,
them guys put on a show. Guys and girls. We also got some great female drivers. So I can't wait to see it.
There's the whole weekend period. I mean, it's just not like you said. It's just not one class.
No, it's everything top to bottom.
The whole show, Blizzard Bash as a show, is just.
I'm telling you, if you don't have your tickets, I don't know if there's any tickets left, but I mean, if you can get there, get there. If not, watch the pay-per-view because it is going to be worth it. Without
log on to ksexpo.com/BlizzBash 2015. That's where you can find the pay-per-view links. Also, if you go right to blizzardbash.com, it'll get you there as well. We are already past the limit. We're supposed to be out of here at 7:15. We tried to recap and hit as many drivers as we could and still give you some of the conversation on the flip side. So, that being said, we will see you in Topeka. Look online. Keep your eye on the Crash Course page for our updates. We're going to load the links as we go because right now we don't have a definite plan of what we're going to be doing in terms of the stuff during the day and evening, given as busy as the schedule is going to be. So we will update you there on what the game plan is for live podcasts and things like that from Topeka, in addition to what we're doing with the pay-per-view. RC Derby with Ski Inc. and Mad Mike's Derby Shop. That is right now looking like 50 cars. There's people that are bringing tables to build their own pit stalls. And there we got it when we get out there.
Us a pit stall?
We've got the podcast table, so you're gonna be able to use part of that.
All right.
Deal with it.
I'm a hired gun, man. I've already showed up carrying my helmet.
You got people inquiring if they can rent cars to run.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
A true statement. Ed had stuff in stock that's all been bought. He's basically just delivering it. He's going to take it out of his van, put it in their hands, they're putting it on a body, and they're going to go run it. It's going to be crazy. That's 1 o'clock.
That's awesome.
And sounds like the local news has also taken a little bit of an interest in the RC Derby. They want to come over and see what that's all about. So how about that? Travel to Topeka.
Nice.
Check it out. What that's I mean, who'd have thought? So if you want to get on the news like Brad Witt, you'll have the chance to, except for you're going to see the undercarriage of the Wolfman's car. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Crash Course podcast. For everybody close to Blizzard Bash and the Crash Course, we look forward to seeing you in Topeka. We'll see you later. The Crash Course podcast is brought to you in part by DerbyParts.com. The 2015 Wadena Grand Slam. Bo Lockwood Motorsports and the 2015 Keystone Nationals. Cioppa Racing and CioppaRacing.com. Ultimate Derby and Blizzard Bash 2015. Demo Derby Masters. Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel at RecklessAbandonGear.com. And Derby Inc. Magazine. Live it, breathe it, be it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLinks1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York.